Hello friends, in last video we learned how to write the first program in Java. Today we are going to have a closer look at HelloWorld.java class. Let us understand what are the building blocks of a Java class. Basically, a Java application will not be having only a single class. There will be multiple classes in your application, but the execution of application will be starting from only one class having a main method. Okay, the first thing is comment. There are two types of comments. One is single line comment and second is block comments or multiple line comments. Why do we write comments? Comments helps us to understand why a particular piece of code is written. For example, I want to tell you why I have written this class. So I will write a comment in this class. If I want to tell you why I have written this main method, so I can write comment for this method. Similarly, if I want to tell something about a statement within the program or class, I can write a comment. Now, how long is your comment? It depends upon whether you are going to use single line comment or multiple line comments. Multiple line comments generally written for the class, for method, or for a block of code, and single line comments are written generally with one line statements, but this is not necessary. It depends upon the requirement, how long your comment is and what kind of comment you want to write. But for hello world and means the class, or for method, we write multiple lines of comment, because generally the description of the class or the description of the methods, they are not going to fit in a single line, and if we will try to write that comment in single line, so it will be too long, right? So let me write some comments. First, I want to tell what this statement is doing. So this is output statement. Please note, I have put two forward slashes. Then this is output statement. So this line is a comment. This line is comment. When any programmer looks at this class, by looking at this comment, it's clear that this is an output statement. Alright. Now I want to tell you why I have written this main method. Right? So I have put one forward slash star and then star forward slash star or asterisk. Okay, now I want to write something about main method. This is main method of the class execution of the class will start from this main method. Main method accepts string array as command line arguments. We will learn about command line arguments in upcoming videos, right? So this is the comment. There are documentation comments as well, but don't those are also multiple line comments, but there are certain demarcation you have to put between this forward slash asterisk. So for now don't bother about that, right? So this is my block comment and this is my single line comment. From programmer perspective, these comments are helping me to understand about this method, this statement, or if I write this comment here, so they are helping me to understand about this class. This is my first Java program, right? You can write a single line comment with forward slash asterisk and asterisk forward slash. So this is not the wrong thing. So I was telling you that from programmer standpoint, from developer standpoint, these comments are helping me out to understand about this class. What about from compiler's perspective? When I compile my class, so the block comments and the single line comments, all the comments will be ignored by compiler. So all the comments will be ignored by the compiler. So the first thing, from the basic building blocks of a Java class, that is comment, has been discussed now. Okay, my friends, if you have not seen my first video about the HelloWorld program, please watch it out. I have given the URL of the video in description below. Also, you have not subscribed, then in that case please subscribe to this channel as well by clicking on a red button given below. Alright, my friends, as I already told that your application, the application that you are going to develop, will not be having a single class. There will be several other classes, interfaces, some resource files in your application. So for that, what happens, we create packages. Okay, we create packages. Package help us to organize our code. We put related classes, interfaces in one package, and packages help us to avoid naming conflict. Means in one application, let's say there are two developers working on same application, and accidentally they give the same name to their classes. So if those classes are present in different packages, then this naming confliction will be avoided. But how do the Java compiler knows to which package this class belongs? For that, we write a package statement. What do? We write a package statement on top of the class, and this is the first statement in the class. Okay, package, let's say training, or you say my package. Okay, and a semicolon, then I save it. But one thing that needs to understand here, this class must be saved in a folder with the name same as that of my package. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm saving it, or let's say last time I have saved this my package, this class in this folder, eDrive training Java Pro. So this is the same class. If I close this window, reopen this, so just note down this is e training Java Pro, then in my class I have written package and my package, right? So let us try to run this program, and let's say what happens. Since I have changed in this class, I need to recompile it. Let us go to the command prompt, e training cd Java Pro. Okay, now dir, so simple, HelloWorld.java. We have done this exercise in our last video. If you have not watched that, please go through that. The link of the video is given in the description below. I'm going to compile this HelloWorld.java, Java C then helloworld.java and enter. So there is no compile time error. But let's try to run this program using java helloworld.java. This time I don't need to give the class name. Error, could not find or load main class hello world while this class is existing here. Let me launch the dir command showing that hello world.class exists, but I am getting a runtime error. Could not find or load main class hello world. So what mistake we have done? We have specified package name is my package, but there is no folder with my package. Okay, there is no folder with the name as my package, and this class must exist in that package. So what I'm going to do is, you can do it from the command line also, but I don't want to confuse you. If you don't want to do it in command prompt, let me do it from Windows Explorer. I am creating a new folder here with the name my package and moving this hello world.class. Okay, now if you again run dir command, the my package name folder exists and the .class file is moved to my package. So you don't need to do cd to my package. You don't need to do it. You please be on the at the location where you were parallel to this my package folder, and this time what I'm doing is java c, no java c, because I don't need to recompile it. The java my package dot hello world, right? Congratulations, you have executed a class, main class existing in package called my package, right? So now look at this screen, or let me show you in the Windows Explorer. So this Java Pro is my folder where I am storing my all the classes related to my application. Let's say this application name is Java Pro. Okay, I am creating application whose name is Java Pro. So far I have created one class file hello world, and it exists in my package folder, right? Generally the source code and the class file remains in same folder, right? In case when we are developing the application through this notepad, but remember, we are not going to develop complete application using notepad. We will be using the IDE, integrated development environment, for example NetBeans, Eclipse, blah blah blah. But for that we are going to have a separate video for that topic. Why do we need those IDE and how to use them? Purpose of this video is to demonstrate the basic building blocks of the Java program or Java class, from which we have discussed comments and packages so far. Okay, we can keep our source code out of this package let's say hello world was out of my package, or I have separate folder, let's say src, and .java file are placed under src, right, and dot class files are placed under dot class under class folder, right. But that structure will be very complicated for us to maintain, and that's why we will be requiring some sort of integrated development environment tools like NetBeans, Eclipse, etc., right. So I'm just reverting my program back, Control X, Control V, and removing this src folder from here. Okay, the thing is, when you are compiling your Java file, its corresponding dot class file must go to the folder with the same name as of the package name given in class, right. This is the package, and purpose of the package we have already discussed. It helps us to organize our code, it avoids naming conflicts, the related classes, related Java files, related source are placed under one package, same package, right. Okay, for example, I have written one school application, right. So in school application, let's we have an admission module, right. So I will not write all the classes and will place them in one folder. So I will be creating different packages for that. So the structure of your program will look like this. This is different applications. Now I am creating a new application, new folder, let's say school management. This is my application, and how I'm going to arrange my packages. Let's say first is my data access. So this is the package which contains the classes related to database access. It's like saving the information related to student to the database, retrieving the student information from the database, deleting the students, updating the students. Okay, I have some classes which participate in creating the GUI, graphical user interface. Then I have GUI, so I will store my all the Java files under GUI package, right. Then let's say I have one utility package. In utility package I will be writing those Java files, those classes which are going to be used by all classes throughout the application. Let's say I need to write some I need to read some property file, so I will be putting that class to read the property file and to read a particular property from that file. So I will write a Java class and will put that in utility package, right. So these are three packages I have created. There may be more. When I will be compiling this application, the same structure will be created in the compiled version, and each folder will be having dot class file corresponding to each dot java file in every package. So this was all about package. We will be learning how to import one package into another package, another class, I'm sorry. Alright, so first we learn about this comments, then package statement, then there is import statements. Import statements, as I shown you, like data access, then GUI and utility. These are three packages. Okay, let's say data access folder has a new class file new. It says, so since I am creating this class in data access, so package statement will say data access, right? I'm not going to show you how to access the database in this video. I'm just trying to tell you how to use a class from another package to a class in a different package, and we are discussing this under the import statement part of a basic Java program. Means what are the import statements. Okay, let's say this is public, this is public, and connection manager, and this class, okay, in that class HelloWorld we have main method, right? But we also discussed that there will be some helping classes. There will not be a single class in your application, okay? But all the classes will not have the main method, okay? Let's say this is the connection manager, and there is one method, public connection get, yeah, connect to the database, okay, get db connection, right? I'm saving it, and where I need to save this, I need to save that parallel to the my package. First I need to create one folder, or you do not create the folder, you just save this as connection manager dot java. Okay, so this is just symbolic class. I have not written any functionality in this. Okay, what I am trying to explain here is about the import. Okay, so if this is data access, then in my HelloWorld class, if I want to use that connection manager class, so I need to write as import data access dot connection manager. right? So this is the import statement. So this was the third building block of a Java program. I can have multiple import statements here, right? Okay, now if you note it down, in my connection manager class I have put public here. Okay, I can write public here as well in my hello world, and public is placed over here as well. Okay, so this is called access specifier, and there can be multiple access specifiers like public, private or protected, but you can use only one out of that. So public, private, protected, they tell you the accessibility of this class. It public tells that connection manager will be accessible or uh, from outside of this package as well, but you need to import that. I have imported data access.connection manager here. So this connection manager class is available here to use. How to use, that's a separate story. But if we talk about the public, so public is telling me that this class is available outside of this package as well, and similarly this method is also available outside of this class, provided you have imported this package and this class. Okay, so I have used connection manager, I have imported this, so this class is available in my hello world class. So this was about the import. There can be multiple import statements because one class may be using uh, a number of different classes from different packages in the same application, or you may be using the packages from third party. We will be discussing about how to use the different third party jar files or third party library files, but that will be in a separate video. I hope the package and how to import the package is clear now, and what does mean by public, right? What does mean by public? I can put the public keyword here as well and save this. Now static, what does mean by the static? I was telling you that when you want to use any class, you need to import that package and that class, right? One important thing, you do not need to import a class from the same package, right? If hello world is in my package and there are two other classes also in my package and you want to use them, so they are freely available here. You don't need to import my package once again. Having said that, static, so I'm using this connection manager here. Okay, if I want to call, let's say I want to get a database connection here, so get db connection. So for that, what I need to do is, first I need to connection manager con mgr is equal to new connection manager, right? What I have done is first create an object of create an object of connection manager class, right? In Java everything is object. Okay, how to create object? Basically one object is one class. At a high level we will be discussing the object oriented concepts in detail, but here my purpose is to tell you about the static keyword and why we have placed the static against our main method. Okay, so for that purpose I need to enlighten this, how to import one class and how to use its method. So first you need to create the object of the class that you want to use, and then with that object con manager dot you need to call that method, just like get db connection. So what will happen when this line is executed from this class? The method get db connection will be executed. Whatever functionality you have written here will be executed. Okay, point to be noted is to call this method, to call this functionality from that class, you have to create this object, right? But if I make it static, right, if I make it static, then I don't need to create this object. I can use the class name directly. With that class name I can call the method. Repeat, I don't need to create the object of the class to call the static method of a class. So similarly I have placed static in front of my main method. So what happens when I run my Java class? Okay, and we have discussed so many times that the execution of the class starts from main method. So if this is static, then we don't need to create, or we means the Java compiler and runtime do not need to create the object of this HelloWorld class, right? And this method is directly called from there. Okay, now let's come to the void. Void means the method main does not return any state, any value, right? When I say void, so I can write the functionality as per the requirement in this method, but at the end I cannot use return any value. Let's say return success, right? So I cannot return this. Means from the point where this main method is called, it will not be giving any value back there. Okay, for example, in this class I created this get db connection and I have not written void. If you have not written void for any method, so you have to write the return type of that method. So here it is returning a connection type object. This is not the void. So after getting a connection, I need, let's say this is my connection and con is equal to dot dot dot. I have written, after getting this connection I'm just suppressing the functionality how to get the DB connection and all that complexity is not in scope of this video. So I'm just returning this connection, right? Its name is connection. This is how the variables and the objects names are given. I have shown you here connection manager is the class name, and the cone manager is my the arbitrary name that I have given to this variable. We will be discussing what are variables, what are the types of the variables, class member method, member variables and member methods, all in the separate video, right? But here just I want to clear why the main is void. Okay, as a part of basic building blocks of the um, uh, first Java program or the main class. So this is returning cone. So here when I call this, so I have to put the returned value in same type of container, right? So I have received one connection from connection manager and assigned it to another container variable of the same type. So this is the use of return. So what I want to say, void means the main method is not returning any value. Then main is the standard name you have to give it, and the string is the array of this arg is the array of the string. I can use them in this. So this is my command line argument. Command line arguments are, let's say this is arg, right? So I can use these variables arg0, right? Let me write another statement for this. First cmd arg plus arg0, second cmd arg plus arg1. Alright, so I am using these command line arguments in my okay. So I have used the arguments, command line arguments here. Okay, so this was another component in a structure of the class, or of the main class, like command line arguments, and how to use them. So I have used them here in an output statement. You can use them for the calculation, or you can pass these variables to the helper class method, just like if you have accepted the class database username and password from the command line arguments, and then you can pass them on to the other helper class, let's say to the get db connection or to the connection manager class. And how do you supply them? You have to supply them just like when you call java my package.helloworld. So you can write, let's say, db user space db password, right? When you pass these values and press enter, so those values will be passed to this main method and stored to a string array, and you can use them in your program, right? So these were the basic components of a class, of a Java class. Other than this, one more point is that every class starts with curly braces and ends with the curly braces. Similarly, every method starts with the curly braces and ends with the curly braces. So guys, this was much deeper look into the structure of a Java class. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please like and share, and if you have any feedback, please mention that in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please click on the red button below so that you keep getting the updates about the latest videos. So thanks for watching.